After previewing the stallion career of broadsiding a few weeks ago, it was quite apparent his then stablemate Traffic Warden was not far off being a Golden Rose winner himself. A grandson of elite broodmare Dexterous, he was a dual Group 2 winner and another example of the wonderful progeny thrown by his Victorian-based sire, Street Boss.
Traffic Warden lunges and got up.
Arvin, we've talked before obviously about the great history of the stallions that have stood here at Darley side in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales. We're looking today at Traffic Warden, a son of Street Boss, obviously, who's had Animo, we know already, and he's a son of Street Cry Street Boss. So to have this, again, another generation of this incredible dynasty standing here, there must be so much interest in him already heading into the season.
Absolutely. Traffic Warden has been oversubscribed in his first year here at Darley side. Like you mentioned, he's by one of our great stallions from our great sire line in Street Cry by Street Boss. Street Boss has been a wonderful servant for Darley here in Australia. You think of horses like Champion Animo. This year he had probably the best 2-year-old filly in Tempted, and then we had a very, very exciting colt for next season in Tentaris, who won the Todman, and they're all by Street Boss. On top of that, Traffic Warden was one of his flag bearers this season. He was precocious, he was sharp. He ran in all the important Group 1 2-year-old races. He ran in a Blue Diamond, he ran in the Slipper, he was beaten in a photo in the Size Produce. You know, he was very precocious, he was very fast, but more importantly, when you see him, he's very tough, he's very strong. He took all those races in his stride and just kept going and kept improving.
Traffic Warden being joined by Coleman, Manal wide out.
Well, as well as that impressive second to Manal in the ATC size, he won the Victorian size, the VRC size Produce Stakes. And again, that's another race where you're seeing these horses, these 2-year-olds, just getting out from just being a sprint trip.
Absolutely, and it was a wonderful performance that day. He jumped out, he made a run in, and they just couldn't lay a glove on him. They couldn't get near him when he was able to use his natural speed, and then when he kicked on, he put lengths in between his rivals. It was a really dominating performance, and I think that's the race where we stood up and thought we have a real serious 2-year-old on our hands, a really exciting horse moving forward into the season.
It's a no just in front from Traffic Warden.
Well, the Run to the Rose, you know, he's gone on with the job. He's beaten an Ode and Stormboy and Linebacker in the Run to the Rose. So, you know, at 3, you want to see these horses stepping up, and Traffic Warden did that.
That was a fantastic performance on that day at Rose Hill. He really trained on from his 2-year-old campaign, and then as a 3-year-old, he beat some of the best 3-year-olds in the country. Future Group 1 winners included, and he was really dominant that day. And as soon as he crossed the line, we knew straight away that he's a really exciting 3-year-old moving forward, and his next start was going to be in the Group 1 Golden Rose.
Broadsiding and Traffic Warden, they'll fight it out.
When we did the broadsiding story, as you said, there can only be one winner, and it was broadsiding, which is great. But gee, it was a great run, wasn't he? You know, just beaten by his stablemate in that Group 1 Golden Rose in a Godolphin Quinella.
Absolutely. Although it's fantastic to have the first and second in a Group 1, it was a bit unfair on Traffic Warden because he really deserved that Group 1 win. He again, only a photo and a whisker separated him from that Group 1 success, but what a fantastic win. And for any horse to be able to run broadside in that close, you have to be a very, very talented racehorse.
Well, I just love the Darley Woodlands history that you have, and obviously that the bloodlines that the Darley team have continued on through the Woodlands dynasty. Dexterous, of course, Traffic Warden is from an Exceed and Excel mare who's a daughter of Dexterous, who won a Sandown Guineas but produced Ambidexter, Sidestep, a sire of a Golden Slipper winner, Skilled, a Group 1 winning 2-year-old, and Willowy, a VRC Oaks winner. So the dam side of Traffic Warden is one of the greatest that's been developed here through Darley and going back through Woodlands.
One of the things that has been the backbone of Godolphin and Darley's success here in Australia is those rich woodland families. And then they've been carefully cultivated with Godolphin's operation, and Traffic Warden is the results of those really important breeding lines, really important families that we're so lucky to have. And like you say, you've got Champion 2-year-olds, you've got a VRC Oaks winner in a family. They're some of the most important races in the Australian calendar, and Traffic Warden's family is littered everywhere with it.
Animo holding on. Animo this time for the big A.
Street Boss, as I said, sire already of Animo, who was a Cox Plate winner, elite 9-time Group 1 winner by Street Cry. We know, of course, the deeds of the wonderful Street Cry. But as I said, that Street Boss or Street Cry Exceed and Excel cross is so exciting. And Street Boss himself, he's just a magnificent looking horse, isn't he? There's so much speed about him, which is fascinating for a son of Street Cry.
Absolutely. Street Boss himself was, an elite sprinter, but he's left us some amazing racehorses. Fast, tough, sound, great in the minds. We're very lucky with some of the horses we have, and we're very fortunate that we've still got more exciting progeny by Street Boss to follow, not least Tentress, who will be returning as a 3-year-old, and Tempted, who will also be returning as a 3-year-old. But like you said as well, Traffic Warden is out of an Exceed and Excel mare by Street Boss from the Street Cry sire line. Darley have been unbelievably successful with those stallions. Exceed and Street Cry have been two of the best stallions that Darley have ever stood globally, internationally recognized stallions. And we're so lucky that Traffic Warden is a combination of both the Street Cry line out of Exceed mare, and on top of that, Cylinder is by Exceed and Excel out of a Street Cry mare. He was one of the best 2-year-olds of his year, won a Todman, a Silver Slipper, and then went on to win a Newmarket where he beat horses like Imperatrice, 10-time Group 1 winner. So those two stallions have been the backbone of Darley's success, Exceed and Excel and Street Cry. And we're just so lucky that we have two stallions on the roster that represent both branches of that successful bloodline.
When I look at Traffic Warden, I see a lot of Exceed and Excel in him. I mean, there's the black points, his head, when you get up close to him, it's like, oh, the jowl, everything. He's got a big round barrel, really powerful looking horse, isn't he?
Absolutely, and that's one of the most important things about Traffic Warden is his physical. He's strong, short coupled, great girth, really broad across the chest. You can see where the power comes from, and a great hip. He really does epitomise the Australian speed, and that of course comes from Exceed and Excel, who's one of the best sire of juveniles and sprinters, and Traffic Warden is very much in his mould with that strength, substance. But one of the things that really stands out for me is the way he covers the ground. He looks like a sprinter, he's strong like a sprinter, but he covers the ground like a beautiful miler. He's fantastically athletic. He's a real credit to us here at Darley Kelvinside.
Well, again, the point of these whole stories, it is a business, is to tell broodmare owners what sort of a mare should they be sending to a horse like Traffic Warden.
The mares that we feel would really suit Traffic Warden, if you're looking to add a bit of speed, a bit of precocity, a bit of strength to your mare, Traffic Warden ticks all those boxes. He's got that in abundance, class, strength, substance. So he'll suit a really diverse range of broodmares here in Australia, but if you're looking to get precocity, speed and strength, he's definitely your source.
And of course, the stallion parades are all coming up, and it's a great opportunity for people to get up here to Kelvinside and have a look at these stallions. It's really worthwhile coming and seeing them. Of course, it's great to show them on TV, but yeah, come and have a look at them as well if you can. It should be a great weekend.
We can't wait to have our annual Darley Stallion Parade here at Darley Kelvinside on the 23rd of August, and we really do encourage people to come, make a day of it, come to the beautiful Hunter Valley, just see our beautiful facilities, and more importantly, come and see some of these wonderful stallions that we're so very proud to be custodians of. We love when people come to the farm because I think it's a great event. It's very unique, but also you get to get up close and personal with the elite athletes of our sport.